I should start off by telling you I'm not one of these comedians who complains about cancel culture, all right? I don't have to worry about that. I'm a progressive guy. I don't say the wrong words. I don't say things like stewardess. I don't say it. I say flight, sex worker, okay, guys? I know what I'm doing, all right? I don't say hooker. I say erection attendant, all right, guys? I'm hip. I'm with it. You know, I don't say homeless people. You don't say homeless people anymore. Now, of course, I say digital nomads. I know, all right? I don't say people with a nut allergy. I say lesbians, all right, guys? You're in good hands. It's all gonna work out. All right? Yeah, boy, but look at us. You guys seem in a good mood. Are you on Adderall? You freezing your eggs? What's happening here? I feel like in New York we're all doing one of those two. I'm not on any pills at all. I feel left out, you know? Everyone's on antidepressants or Adderall or boner pills. I'm just walking around sad, distracted, and flaccid. How am I supposed to compete with a bunch of people on performance-enhancing drugs? God, I'm jealous of people on antidepressants. I'm out here raw dogging reality. It's all friction, no lube. God. Jealous. I'm suspicious of happy people. I really am. Like sometimes I'll talk to someone, I'll be like, how you doing? They're like, can't complain. I could teach you, all right? I could give you a master class. God damn. Everyone's on pills. The other day I found out my therapist is on Zoloft. I'm like, what are we even doing here? What is this right now? She's like, you need to meditate. I'm like, whatever, you're juicing, all right? You're the Barry Bonds of psychology. God damn, you know? But I'm getting an SSRI vibe over here. That's good. Good to have you guys. Oh, whatever it takes to get through the night. I'm with you, you know? But, you know, it's also, I feel like we're all pretending all the time. I'm sick of all the pretending, you know? On social media, we're always pretending. Like I know this one girl, she starts off every day with a fit check. I can't believe it. Can't believe it. She tells you what she's wearing, where she bought it, and then she twirls and she gives her catchphrase with a snap. So every day I see this. You know, she's like, the sunnies are vintage Chanel, the blouse is H&M, the skirt's Alexander McQueen, and the heels are Steve Madden. Yeah. Looking good, feeling good. And I'm like, I know you. You have mental health issues. What? What are we even talking about here? You're not representing yourself accurately. I feel like we need mental fit checks. I think that would be better. I'll log on every day, just give an update on my mental fitness, you know, I'll just be like, yeah, my trauma's vintage, it's from my childhood. My fear of commitments from previously failed relationships. My anxiety's due to being Jewish, and the heels are Steve Madden, yeah. Looking sad, feeling sad. You see me, you get it, you know? Just sick of all the pretending we're doing all the time. Like, I don't think we should be letting these autistic kids score touchdowns. I know. Makes me sound like a monster. I'm just saying, if you don't know, at the fourth quarter of every high school football game now, they're putting in the autistic kid. He's like, I'm going to be a touchdown. We all cheer. Look, I get it. I'm not mad at him. It's just the pretending, okay? Also, he's already got his own Olympics. It just feels greedy at this point to come for the fourth quarter of every high school football game. Like, he's gonna be special for the rest of his life. These high school jocks, it is all downhill from here for them, all right? This is their last shot at glory being taken away from them. There's not a day we pretend they're good at stuff they're bad at. That doesn't happen. It's not a day where, like, Kyle, the quarterback, gets to show up at AP Calculus and just be like, the square root of 49 is hypotenuse. And then all the Asian kids are like, yeah. Kyle's like an engineer for today. Kyle can be anything he wants. It's like, no, he can be a personal trainer. What are we doing here? God damn, it's just all lies all the time, you know? Even sober people. I get jealous of sober people for how many likes they get on social media for telling you how long it's been since they last had a drink. I see this all the time. It's like, it's been 832 days since I last had a drink. Thank God for AA. And that shit blows up. It goes viral. It's like, you're amazing. You're the best. Keep it up. Like. And I'm sitting there watching that being like, all you did was nothing. Like, you literally haven't done something. Why are we celebrating this so much? Also, what the hell happened to the anonymous part, huh? I'm feeling like you're just guilt-tripping me at this point. Maybe I do have a problem. All right. Just amazing to me, bragging about doing nothing. Can incels do this? Can incels be like, yeah, it's been 1,432 days since I last had sex. Thank God for Comic-Con. I couldn't have done it without Fortnite, you know? You always should be bragging and you almost never hear from them. Functional alcoholics. They're the ones who should be bragging, but they got to keep it on the down low. We got some here tonight. Well done. I just want you guys to pipe up a little bit more. Be like, yeah, I've been drunk at work 83 days in a row. And they haven't noticed yet. Where's my chip, you know? Oh, you guys are fun. All right. But yeah, we got any incels here tonight? Every night I ask that, no one ever says yes. I gotta think that's part of the problem. They don't leave the house, you know? But yeah, incels. It's crazy to me. You got all these incels complaining they can't find a lady, you know? And then you got cat ladies complaining they can't find a man. Why isn't there a dating app to pair up those two? Incels and cat ladies? Just call it Meow or Never. It's right there, all right? Like, scratch that itch. I feel like it's a good idea, you know? Because dating's getting so crazy nowadays. Like, I was just reading that there's a sex recession going on. Yeah, which is interesting to pair up sex stuff with economic terms. That'd be weird if you turned on the news and they were just like, yeah, there was a drop in the consumer blowjob index this month. Like, well, I'm glad it's not just me, I guess, you know? But yeah, everyone's having a tough time dating. You got these incels, you know, complaining they can't find a lady. I don't know. All you're doing all day is like playing video games, watching porn, typing on your laptop, being like, why aren't women attracted to me? I'm like, I don't know, leave the house, make eye contact. Watch a season of Sex and the City and have an opinion about Miranda. Do something, all right? Doesn't seem that hard, you know? And now they don't even know how to be men anymore. Now that we are performing macho all the time. Like even our beverages have gotten macho. Have you seen this? Like we used to have soft drinks. Now we've got hard seltzer, twisted tea, Monster Energy, Black Rifle coffee. Even our coffee sounds like a school shooter. That's America, all right? The only thing more American would be like, what's that beer you're drinking? Sandy Hook IPA, yeah. Never misses, all right. Yeah, you don't like it? Vote. I don't know what to tell you, all right? It's crazy to me, you know? Mike's Hard Lemonade? I'll drink the lemonade. I don't need to know that Mike's hard when he's making it, though, all right? That feels like TMI, god damn. Life gives you lemons. Keep him the hell away from Mike, honestly. That dude is into some kinky stuff, you know? But yeah, men getting worse and worse as women are getting pickier and pickier. How the hell is that supposed to work out, you know? Like, ladies, can we admit there's been a lot of red flag inflation lately? Not everything can be a red flag. I know this girl, she broke up with a guy. I was like, why? I thought you liked him. She's like, he didn't reply to my text messages right away. Red flag. I was like, he's an air traffic controller. What the hell, all right? He replies right away, people will die. How special do you think you are? Because you all think you're queens now. Ladies, I hate to break it to you, not every woman is a queen. See that tension? All I said was not every woman is a queen, and you're like, hold on, mister. If everyone's a queen, then no one's a queen. I can't believe I have to explain how royalty works. I can't believe that's where we're at as a society now. And I found that women are very mad at me for something that men in the past have done to them. I don't know if you're familiar with this phenomenon. It's always some very specific thing, you know? She'll be like, I know guys like you. I'm like, you do? She's like, yeah, you're gonna take me on a hot air balloon ride and not have enough fuel and then have to land in a field. I'm sorry that happened to you, but I will disappoint you in new and unique ways, I promise, okay? Red flags all the time, you know? This is actually true. I had a girl ask me how old I was, and then she's like, have you ever been married before? I was like, no, and she's like, that's kind of a problem for me. I need to know you can commit. Red flag. I was like, wait, now I'm getting blamed for never having failed at something before? Do you only get in an Uber if the guy's crashed at least one car? Is that your policy in life? I couldn't believe it. I was like, you're really not going to go out with me just because I've never abandoned something. She's like, yeah, that's right. I was like, all right. Have you ever had an abortion? She's like, no. I'm like, well, that's kind of a problem for me, all right? I need to know you can commit. Murder! Yeah! Where are my Republicans at? All right. No, I got a progressive friend of mine, and he's always like, I don't understand these right-wingers. You know, they say life is so sacred, you know, they hate abortion, yet they don't seem to care at all about school shootings. What's up with that? I was like, you don't understand business. Right? Right-wingers, they understand business. You got to start thinking like a businessman. Think like a car dealer. Cars are most valuable when they're still on the lot. As soon as you drive it off the lot, it loses like 30% of its value. 10 years later, that thing's a lemon, you know? You got to start thinking, stay with me, don't oh my God yet. Will you let other people catch up? God. I'm just saying you got to feel the same way about human beings, right? They're most valuable when they're still in the womb. That is when they're in mint condition. As soon as it slides off the birth canal, it loses like 30% of its value. By the time some guy shoots up a second grade classroom, those were a bunch of lemons, all right? You weren't gonna get anything for them. I'm not a cool guy, though. I wish I was cool. I don't have any tattoos. I like when people get tattoos on strange parts of their body, and then they have to do weird stuff to show them off. Like guys who get like forearm tattoos, all of a sudden they're like, I'm sleeves rolled up guy now. You know, people get those shoulder tattoos, they're always wearing tank tops. Ladies that get those lower back tattoos, they're always having sex with a bunch of strangers, you know? You want your ink scene, get it out there. Yeah. She's like, I paid a lot of money for this. He's like, so did I. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's fun. But yeah, not a cool guy. Anytime I'm talking to like some young, hip person, I gotta go to Urban Dictionary afterwards to find out what the hell we just said. You know, like I was talking to my nephew the other day. He's like, my math teacher slaps. I'm like, he hits you? What the hell's going on there? He's like, no, he's got the drip. I'm like, he has chlamydia? That's still inappropriate. In a third grade classroom. God damn, you know? Anyone in here freezing their eggs? Nice. Good to have you aboard. What a brilliant business move that was, just monetizing thinking men are trash. Brilliant move, you know? It's kind of crazy to me, too. I don't know. Ladies pressing snooze on your biological clock, as if in the next 5 or 10 years, men are going to get better. Have you not been reading about AI? 10 years, it's just going to be a bunch of dudes in their basement with, like, Siri giving head. I don't know if you see where this is going. It's just going to be a robot being like, oh, you're so strong. Get a man now. And I love talking to women who are freezing their eggs, you know? It's interesting to me, because I'm old enough to remember the old version of freezing your eggs, which was compromising. That's what we used to do back in my day. You didn't turn to science, you lowered your standards, all right? That's how it was, you know? You were in your 20s, you're like, I need a guy with a six-pack and a 401k. And then you turn 37, you're like, he's always drinking a six-pack? Okay, I guess. I gotta fill up the tank somewhere. God damn, you know? Also, women who are freezing their eggs, if you talk to them, they kind of sound like farmers in Iowa. It's like, how's that egg freezing going? A bountiful harvest was yielded last season. We got a fertile crop, yeah. There's still time to hoe. All right. How about Karens? Any Karens here? Another group that no one self-identifies as. I was actually watching SportsCenter the other night, and there's a new hockey team called the Seattle Kraken. I didn't know about this. Yeah, and I just went by on the ticker, and at the bottom, I could have sworn it said the Seattle Karen. And I was like, wow, that is a terrifying mascot. My God, the Seattle Karen. Can you imagine that? If like between periods, they're like, please welcome to the ice, the Seattle Karen. Some bitchy white lady comes out. She's like, I like the white ice, the black puck's very suspicious. Someone call the cops. Which, by the way, if you don't know, a kraken is a sea monster, and a Karen is a C word. So. Yeah, a little wordplay for the glasses, folks. There you go. But I know we're all trying to be good now, but sometimes it's weird, you know, when we do the right thing, like land acknowledgements. Land acknowledgements are very weird to me. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's when white people apologize to other white people for something they did to someone who's not in the room. I don't know if you've seen this dynamic. Like, I was at a conference recently, and the lady came out, and she's like, before we begin, I just want to acknowledge this land originally belonged to the Cherokee tribe. You know, and we couldn't be here having this conference today if it wasn't for their incredible custodianship and stewardship of this land and how they took care of it. So I just want to acknowledge that. And I was sitting there being like, wow, I wonder what it would be like to be a Cherokee person in this room right now. I gotta think you'd be like, yeah, are you giving me the land back or what is this right now? What is this whole kabuki apology? Like, I just want you to know that we, you know, whoopsie. Like, what is that? Like, imagine I stole your Jeep. A few years went by, and then I just drove up to your front door, honked the horn. I was like, I just want to acknowledge what an incredible job you did taking care of this Jeep. You changed the oil, you inflated the tires. I couldn't be driving this Jeep to the beach today if it wasn't for your incredible stewardship. You'd be like, yeah, are you giving me the Jeep back or what is this? I'd be like, no, it's my Cherokee now. Yeah, we named a Jeep after you too. How do you like that? I'm about to do something I don't want to do, but I have to. Crowd work. That's where we're at with comedy right now. I don't even want to, but the algorithm demands it. I don't know if you realize the pathway to success in comedy right now is me asking this guy what he does for a living and then telling him he's an idiot. This is what people love more than anything online. The algorithm loves it. So I'm just preparing you right now. I don't even want to do it either, but it's going to happen, all right? And it's amazing, actually, because crowd work, it used to be considered sort of like the lowest version of the art form. It was kind of like a hack thing to do, to talk to the crowd, you know? But then the algorithm started, like, you know, making it all go viral. And everyone's like, all right, I'll do that. So it's weird to have your entire art form, like, directed by, like, Mark Zuckerberg and the Chinese government in order to maximize engagement for advertisers. Very bizarre. And also, you would think, like, oh, well, the funny stuff is what goes the most viral. But that's not actually true. What goes the most viral is anything that makes people engage in the comments. You know, if you make a bunch of people fight in the comments about whether something's like racist or sexist or anti-Semitic, that's when something blows up. Which is weird, because I got into comedy to make a room full of people come together in laughter and joy. And now the pathway to success is to make a bunch of people alone in their homes fight with each other and feel rage. Anyway, what do you do for a living? Loser! He's a loser! I play music, la-da-da-da-da. I do the keyboards, da-da-da-da. Music is for suckers. Comedy. Crazy how it works, isn't it? Even comedy clubs are kind of crazy. Like, there's a 2-drink minimum here tonight. You have to drink. It's a weird thing when you go somewhere and people are like, you must drink. And then if you get drunk, we kick you out. We force you to do it, and then if you're effective at doing it, we hate you for it. That is crazy, right? That's like if, you know, people forced Jews to become moneylenders during medieval times because it was considered dirty, and then you got mad at us for becoming good at banking. But yeah, I'm a Jew, but I'm not like a big Jew, you know, I don't wear the hat. And I call it the hat, that's a pretty good sign, right, you know? Like, if you bring me to synagogue, it's sort of like bringing me to karaoke. I just know the first 3 words to every prayer. And then I'm just like lip syncing to the rest. I'm just like, Baruch atah Adonai, Hakuna Matata, Vietnam, shake it off, you know? Trying to get by, you know? And it's interesting, because I know a couple Jewish women who got nose jobs in the past year, which fascinates me. But I guess it makes sense that Jewish women would like getting nose jobs since every Jewish man is circumcised. Yeah. Regardless of your gender, if you're a Jew, you want a little bit taken off the tip. Just a little bit. Just a little. That joke is very Jewish. I should probably trim it down. You're right, guys. You're right. Yeah. Oh, man. What do they say? The Jews, we control Hollywood. My response to that? You're welcome. Hollywood's one of the best things America's ever done, you know? Also, all we're doing with Hollywood is making Christian people look amazing, right? We're not making Jewish superhero movies, right? And some guy once yelled out, how do you know Superman's not Jewish? I'm like, if he was, we'd pronounce it Superman, all right? Right? And be like, Saul Superman, grew up in Kryptonite, lives in Boca, next to the Spider-Mans. His superpower, creative accounting. Yeah. No Jewish superhero movies. There's not like a Jewish Avengers. Who would that even be? Thorberg? Iron Man Shevitz? The Incredible Hulk? He turns green, but just when the check comes. Have fun with it. Have fun with it. There's only one superhero that's Jewish that I could think of, and most people don't even know they're Jewish, and that's Goldilocks. Yeah. Or at least I'm convinced Goldilocks must be Jewish, because she has the superpower that every Jew wishes we could have, which is to be able to break into someone else's house and just complain about everything there. Oh, the ultimate Jewish fantasy, yes. Oh my God. What a fantasy. To be able to break into someone else's house, just climb in through their window, go to their kitchen, taste their soup, and be like, oish, 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 oish. It's much too hot. Why so hot? I'm schwitzing. 1 star, 1 star. Even when Steven Spielberg, a Jew, made a movie about the Holocaust, who's the star of it? Some Catholic German dude, Oskar Schindler, right? We don't even get to be the star of our own Holocaust movie. How crazy is that? It's like if you made a movie about, I don't know, some young black kid who made it out of the ghetto to become a professional athlete, and then the star of it was just Sandra Bullock. That'd be a real blind spot, huh? Did you guys just harmonize a sigh? That was amazing. We bring it back up, you know? Well done. Damn. I was thinking about, you know, that phrase they have for when people are being held hostage and they start to bond with their captors, you know, marriage. I can tell how healthy a marriage is by what TV show they're trying to get me to binge watch. The worse the show, the worse the marriage. Because they try to rope you in. They're like, you're not watching Secrets of Great British Castles? No, I don't live with someone I hate. No, I don't, you know? And I'm good, like, for the first 6 months in a relationship. I can do well at that. It's after, like, a few years living together, that's when it gets hard for me, you know? But the first 6 months of a relationship are kind of easy. It just feels like you're on Molly, right? I've been living together for years. It still feels like you're on Molly, but now it's like you're on Molly and you're stuck on the subway. Right? You're just like, yeah, this is amazing, and my God, I feel trapped. Wow. When are these doors gonna open? I will walk through the tunnels. I'll walk through the tunnels. Just let me out. Let me go somewhere. Even jealousy, I think, is like an early stage relationship kind of thing, you know? First couple months of dating, you go out, you see some guy talking to your girl, you're like, hey, buddy, she's with me, all right? Back off. After you've been living together for years, you go out, you see some guy talking to your girl, you're like, oh, thank God. Yes, yes. Talk it out, talk it out. You feel like you hired a TaskRabbit to help you move a couch. It's amazing. It's like, yeah, I'll be in the corner doing shots, yeah. Eventually, you're just like feeding them topics. You're like, ask her about Meghan Markle, yeah. Oh, Mercury's in retrograde, find out about it. She's got opinions, yeah. Oh, man. I want to talk about gender stuff. But it's gonna be weird because I look like Andrew Tate. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. I know, this is what happened. Then the weirdest thing about looking like Andrew Tate is I have to explain to other people who Andrew Tate is. Because someone will be like, you kind of look like Andrew Tate, and then someone else will be there like, who's that? And then I have to be like, he's this creepy men's rights activist who got arrested for sex trafficking in Romania. And then people are like, oh yeah, I could see that, I could see that. Like, I thought you didn't know who he was. I get the vibe though, I get it. I love that for you. Cool. But this girl I know broke up with a guy, and she's like, don't worry, I told him off. I was like, well, wait a minute, what did you say? She's like, I told him he's a fuckboy who's always gaslighting and mansplaining. I was like, you gotta understand, he took none of that as an insult, all right? Not a single part of that landed with that dude as an insult. I don't know why you think fuckboy hurts men's feelings. Any man who's called a fuckboy is like, yeah, I do get laid and look young. Yeah, that's true, that's true. Same with mansplaining. It's like, yeah, I was explaining stuff. You're welcome. Gaslighting, we don't even know what that means. No man knows. We have no idea what gaslighting means. We sincerely think that you made it up like 10 years ago. And I've just been slowly dropping it in the vocabulary in order to convince us it's actually a real thing, which incredibly enough is the definition of gaslighting. So, well done, ladies. That is some female stuff right there. I'm just saying, fuckboy is not hurting our feelings. If you want to hurt a man's feelings, try this out. Gonorrhea vortex, all right? Try that. That's gonna hurt a dude's feelings, all right? And actually, what hurts our feelings the most is when you compare us to a woman. You know, if you call a dude a pussy or a bitch, that's what really hurts a man's feelings. So don't say he's mansplaining. Say he's womansplaining. Right? Yeah, and then he'll be like, oh my God, I was taking a long time. You're right. Wow, wow. Oh, God. Oh, it was all emotions, no logic, wasn't it? Wow, wow, wow. Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm going to have to go home and think about this. That's for feminism. That's for you guys, all right? Lies. Because I think women, you like being lied to. No. Try telling an 80-year-old woman she looks 22. She'd be like, go on. And then try telling an 80-year-old man he looks 22. He'll be like, what the hell is wrong with you? Are you blind? What is your deal, you know? But it makes sense, because men, we bond with one another when we first meet by insulting each other, you know? But we don't really mean it, you know? Whereas ladies, when you first meet, you bond with one another by complimenting each other. But you don't really mean it. Two dudes meet, it's instantly a roast. It's like, what's up with that ponytail? You run a vape shop, bro? What's up with your hairline? That's Stephen A. Smith territory. Hour later, like, yeah, we're best friends now, all right, you know? Whereas ladies, you meet instantly, a stream of compliments right out of the gate. It's like, oh my God, those shoes are amazing. I love that bag. Your jacket's so chic. Your haircut's gorgeous. An hour later, she's like, who the hell brought this bitch, okay? Ugh. And I've been thinking about that. I think it must make it tough when transgender people meet for the first time. Right? What do? Insult? Compliment? An insult that identifies as a compliment? What would that even be? Like, wow, those balls look great on you. Yeah. The contouring on your Adam's apple, very smooth, very smooth. No, you're gonna win that swim meet. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Don't get me wrong, I have no problem with transgender people. I support them, we should protect them. I don't want to sound like one of these right-wingers who doesn't like trans people, because I accidentally wound up sounding like that the other day, and I was just complaining about getting hit by an e-bike. Because as a pedestrian, I see a bike, I know how long, I look left, I cross the street, I've been doing it fine almost all my life, but recently, with these e-bikes, I don't know what's happening. Like, I look right, I see a bike, I'm like, all right, I got this long, I look left, I go to cross the street, I got hit by an e-bike. In the bike lane, this e-bike in the bike lane. I'm like, look, I know you say you're a bicycle, but you got an engine under the hood. Let's be real. Like, follow your bliss. I'm just not sure you belong in this lane, is all I'm saying. Yeah, you're transportation. That's what you are. And I was hanging out with some lesbians recently. Love the lesbians. All right. I loved hanging out with the lesbians. I love it. You know, but they were complaining all about like toxic masculinity and the patriarchy. And I get that. But I'm looking around at this room full of lesbians that all hate men. I'm like, yeah, but you're all dressed exactly like men. It's weird to dress like a group that you hate. They're all like, I hate the patriarchy, men suck. I'm like, yeah, but you got work boots, overalls, a flannel shirt, a buzz cut. You're cosplaying the patriarchy. You look like a Marine that just finished building a deck. What are we talking about here? Weird to dress like the group that you hate. There's only one other group that I can think of that does this, and that's biker gangs. Because they all say they hate gay men, but... Ever look at a biker gang? It's a bunch of dudes dressed head to toe in leather, hanging out at bars just with their buddies, saying stuff like, put your arms around me and hang on tight. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. It's like, you got knee pads sewn into your pants? That is fabulous, all right? Wow. No, I get it, you're gonna ride a hog. I got it, okay. And you can't bring me to a wedding anymore. You know why? I watch too many Netflix reality dating shows. That'll ruin weddings for you. I can't take a wedding seriously. At a wedding, they're always like, where's the harmony? You missed your cue. Come on. Because you go to a real wedding, they're like, this is a holy sacrament bestowed upon us by the Lord. And then you turn on a Netflix show and they're like, we took 18 dyslexic swimsuit models and painted them up like zebras. We locked them in a cage at the zoo. The first two to say I do get 10,000 Skittles. It's next on Love Runs Wild. How are you supposed to go to a real wedding after that, you know? They're like, does anyone have any reason these two shouldn't be joined in holy matrimony? You're like, yeah, they're not even autistic. This is boring, all right? Zhuzh it up, blindfold them, give me something, you know? I love magic mushrooms. I think shrooms are the solution to racism. Because you cannot be on a heroic dose of mushrooms and also be racist. It's impossible. You can't be like, oh my God, I see the interconnectedness of the universe. The galaxies in outer space are orbiting just like the molecules in our fingertips. There is no you and me, there's only one unified consciousness. Except for Filipinos, right? We can all... What the hell are those guys up to, right? I've experienced complete ego loss. We are all one, but like, I don't like what's happening in Manila. No way, no sir. I don't trust them at all. Politics is getting crazy, you know? I'm a pretty liberal guy, but I don't always feel good about it, you know? I feel like outfoxed. Because these right-wingers, they're clever, you know? Right-wingers, man. They're always stacking the judiciary, you know, funding think tanks, gerrymandering districts. Meanwhile, people on the left were like, I made a cardboard sign out of glitter and I knit a hat that looks like a pussy. Oh, great. This is my team? Awesome, awesome. Oh. No wonder we're losing to a bunch of people who believe in angels. God. It's dispiriting, you know? But now there's talk about having a national divorce. I've been thinking about that a lot. Who would get what in the settlement, you know? What would blues get? What would reds get if we divorce? I think blues will get abortions. Reds will get assault rifles. You know? Blues will get Indian food. Reds will get Waffle House. Blues will get like hippies wearing crystals. Reds will get rednecks doing crystal, you know? Either way, it's a rock giving off some funky vibrations, you know? Are those my chakras? No, you're missing a couple teeth, but you know, it's close. I think it's kind of a good idea, actually, until you get to the stuff that's trickier, like brisket. Who gets brisket? Right? Because Texans love brisket. You know who else loves brisket? Jews. We also love brisket. Who gets that in the divorce, you know? Because they say don't mess with Texas, but when it comes to divorce lawyers, I'm taking the Jews on this one, you know? They got Smith & Wesson. We got Goldstein and Rabinowitz, all right? They're a hell of a firm. They do good work, guys. I'm a Jew, though, and I don't like Nazis. However, at least the original Nazis, I kind of understood the argument, you know? They were like, we're the master race. I'm like, I don't like that at all. But, you know, and then I looked at them and like, they're on amphetamines. They're fighting a war on two fronts. They're all wearing like Hugo Boss suits with like those leather boots, driving around in Porsches, being like, we're the master race. I'm like, no, you're not, but I see where you're coming from, you know? Like, at least I got the argument. These new Nazis, I don't get it at all. The new Nazis are like, we're the master race. I'm like, you have type 2 diabetes. What are we even talking about here? You're not wearing Hugo Boss. Those are cargo shorts and Crocs. Like, come on. You're not driving a Porsche. You're riding a scooter at the airport. Please, please. That is not a master race behavior. But I've been paying attention to anti-Semitism, you know? It's so sneaky, clever, and insidious. It's kind of amazing Jews didn't come up with it. Sometimes they're just like puzzles, you know? But I was watching a documentary all about that Charlottesville rally, and they're following, you know, a bunch of dudes from West Virginia going to that Charlottesville rally, and they're like, Jews will not replace us. Jews will not replace us. And I'm sitting there being like, yeah, we're not coming for your jobs in the coal mines. Jews, we're a sea-level people, all right? We don't like small, confined spaces because, you know... Never invite a Jew to an escape room, is my point, guys, all right? We're not looking to cosplay Anne Frank. That's not a good time for us. I know, because this buddy of mine, one time he's like, oh, a group of us, we're taking the train out to Long Island to go to this escape room. You got to come. I was like, did you just invite a Jew to take a train to an escape room? What are you going to do next? Invite a black dude to take a boat ride to an auction? Hey, DeMarcus, we're taking the ferry to Sotheby's. You want to come? Nah, son, nah. We're hitting a bonfire afterwards. I'm good. October 7th. It's funny already, right?
No.
Well, let's talk about it. My dad's from Israel. And I've got good friends from Israel. I had one Israeli buddy, he's furious at progressives in America for not being more upset about October 7th. You know, he's like, those are the kind of people that would have been at that music festival. Why aren't they more upset? Why aren't you more upset? How would you feel if terrorists just stormed Coachella and murdered hundreds of people there? And I was like, Coachella, huh? Who's headlining? So I need all the data, you know? Chain smokers? I might be Team Hamas on this one, honestly. I got From the river to the sea, we should live chain smoker free. I've always said it, guys. And you know who fascinates me is Kanye. He's so confident, you know? He's got that Kanye-fidence. Love it. I watched this documentary all about him. It's before he's even famous. He goes to this record company, goes to every single office there, puts on a CD, plays tracks for every single person who works there, and they're all like, this is crazy, man. You're being wild. And he's like, just you wait. Pretty soon, everyone's going to be on board with this. Then he turned into the most famous rapper in the world. You know, a couple years later, he came out with that fashion line. Remember, like sneakers that look like spaceships, sweaters that are 8 sizes too big. Everyone who worked in fashion was like, this is crazy, man. You're wild. He was like, just you wait. Pretty soon, everyone's going to be on board with this. Turned into a $1 billion company. And then remember, like a year and a half ago, he started saying all that anti-Semitic stuff. Do you remember how we reacted? We were like, this is crazy, man. You're being wild. You gotta believe he was thinking, just you wait, all right? Pretty soon, everyone's gonna be on board with this. Kanye never misses. Except when it's time to take his meds. That's the only time that dude misses. Sometimes that joke doesn't go that well. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that feeling. You know why? Because I'm half Israeli, half Russian, so I love to bomb. Woo! All right. I get to travel a lot doing this job. I'm still not very good at it. I'm bad at traveling. You know what I do? I buy my plane tickets when I'm drunk. Bad move. I see all the options, you know, and I'm like, ooh, the 6:30 a.m. flight is $9 cheaper. I'll hop on that, save $9, hell yeah. Then 2 months goes by and my alarm goes off at 3:30 a.m. I'm like, I would pay $1 million to snooze right now. What the hell is wrong with you 2 months ago, me? What is wrong with you? Were you drunk? Because I'm drunk. Maybe I'm too cheap. I'm the same way with avocados. I buy the not ripe yet avocados because they're $1 cheaper. I'm like, I can wait 3 days, then I'll pounce on those avocados. Then a month goes by, I got a bunch of brown ass avocados. I'm like, oh great, I guac blocked myself. God damn it! Damn it! And I was at the airport and I saw something amazing. I'd never seen this before. An emotional support dog, a seeing-eye dog, and a drug-sniffing dog all meeting. I was fascinated. I was like, what is the hierarchy like between these dogs? My theory is that the seeing-eye dog looks down at the emotional support dog. Don't you think? I feel like the seeing-eye dog must be like, now what's your job exactly? The emotional support dog's just like, I turn that frown upside down. Yeah. If I don't do my job, my owner's sad. Yeah. Seeing-eye dog's like, yeah, if I don't do my job, my owner's dead, all right? But good luck with all that anxiety on your flight to Tulsa. And then the drug-sniffing dog comes by, and they're like both on CBD treats. They're like, get out of here, bark narc. God, you're a goddamn snitch bitch. That's what you are, all right? Get out of here. And I was at the airport because I was going on vacation with a group of white women. And I don't know if you've done this before, but white women plan a vacation sort of like generals planning an invasion. There's like satellite maps, group chats, shared calendars, they're printing up uniforms. I'm like, are we storming Poland? They're like, no, we got an Airbnb in Woodstock. And my favorite part was the shared calendar. Everything for the week was in the shared calendar. It was like pottery making class, renting a rowboat, apple picking. I was like, pottery making class, renting a rowboat, apple picking. And that's when it occurred to me the fantasy life for white women is to be an illegal immigrant. That is the dream vacation for white ladies. To make a pot, cross a river, and be a migrant laborer all on the same trip. Rosé all day, then we're digging a tunnel, bitches. Swallow this condom filled with fentanyl. I paid for the full mule. Love it, ladies. You're killing it. You're killing it. But yeah, and I like traveling down south. I have a good time down south. Yeah, the weird thing about being down south is even when they're being mean, they still sound polite. You know what I'm talking about? Like the phrase, bless her heart. Sounds nice, doesn't it? Bless her heart, how sweet. If you don't know what bless her heart actually means, is that dumb bitch. That's what it actually translates to. You're like, she ain't never read a book in her whole life, bless her heart. I told her we were going to Paris. She thought we meant Paris, Texas. Bless her heart. Love it. Love that. The other thing I like in the South is there's like a hack joke that people having sex with their cousins. And the weird thing is if you say that in the South, people don't deny it. They don't deny. All they do is say it's happening in the state next to theirs. What a strange response. Right? You'll be in Virginia and be like, are you guys actually having sex with your cousins? They'll be like, no. But they do that in West Virginia, I'll tell you that right now. And then it's like a chain. In West Virginia, like, nope, but they do that in Kentucky. Kentucky, like, nope, but they do that in Tennessee. Tennessee, like, nope, but they do that in Mississippi. Mississippi, like, yeah, we do that here, actually. That's pretty good. You gotta meet my cousin. Bless her heart. I tell you. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.